Hi, my name is James,
I'm Mario.
and I'm a Leo. And my turn-ons are ham sandwiches, fast women,
Uh-huh.
and long walks to the beer distributor.
Oh boy,
Is this the dating site thing, or is this the show?
this is OK Cupid, right?
That's what I thought.
Why are we on here together? We're a duo.
I figured
You
it
get
was
both
2
of
for
us.
1. It was an
Yeah.
Eiffel Tower kind of thing.
That's it. That did not look right. I want to do it by myself. Anyway.
Anyhole.
We are two metalheads.
Yes, we are.
So anything we talk about is basically coming from two metalheads. That's the idea. It's not only going to be about metal, but probably a lot of it will be.
Mostly metal.
Yeah.
But also current events and news and...
Whatever we feel like talking about, whatever we like, whatever pisses us off,
Exactly.
we'll talk about it. If anybody has any ideas, if we like it, maybe we'll use it. So let us know. Anyway.
So, what got you,
Me.
Mario, into metal?
Well, my parents liked rock, so I guess that kind of helped. There's a lot of Aerosmith and Alice Cooper, and then I started liking White Snake when the MTV videos started coming on, and Slaughter, and that kind of got me into. I mean, I know it's 80s, but back then it was metal.
That's
now,
still metal.
Well, yeah. Well, if you go into the music stores now, it's hard rock, but I don't care. It's still metal to me.
If you listen to 101.1, it's oldies now.
Oh God.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
Yeah, if you put on 101.1, I've heard fucking Here I Go Again on there. I've heard Enter Sandman on there.
Really?
I've heard Sweet Child of Mine on there. It's ridiculous.
It's terrible.
We're old.
Yeah.
We're old.
I like
We're
the-
oldies.
I remember the the old Unskinny Bop video.
Fuck
They're all
yeah.
driving the motorcycle that looks like a taxi. And Bon Jovi, even though
Hell yeah.
nowadays I'm like, whatever.
Well, he
Back
sucks
then,
now, but the first few albums were
Slippery
great.
When Wet was the one I remember.
Oh,
that
yeah.
came out when I was, I guess, at an impressionable age.
Definitely.
Okay, so what about you?
My first experiences with metal go back to being a little kid and watching MTV. When my sister used to babysit me, she always had MTV playing. And I remember one day, I must have been like 4, sitting playing with action figures in my living room, and the video for We're Not Gonna Take It from Twisted Sister came on.
I don't even remember that one.
And my sister fucking lost her shit and went and grabbed the phone and is calling girlfriends. Oh my God, put on MTV, Twisted Sisters on. And she used to go see them in little clubs when they were like nobody. They didn't have a label. All they had was like self-released cassettes that they would throw into the crowd after shows and stuff.
Oh, wow. Wonder if any of those are still around.
I'm sure they are. Probably, you probably go on eBay and find them for a couple $100 or whatever. But my sister used to go see them, and that was the first time I remember really hearing music and being like, wow, I dig this. And from then on, it was, Crew, Poison, White Snake, Quiet Riot, and then the real big moment for me that was like, everybody else wants to be an astronaut or a fireman or,
I have
whatever.
a feeling I'm going to say the same thing, but yeah, go ahead.
It was the moment for me when I said I wanted to be in a band and play metal was my sister was getting ready for work one day, and I'm sitting in the living room watching MTV. I was 7 years old, and she's getting ready to run out the door. And she's like, have you heard Guns N' Roses yet?
Oh, okay.
And
what
I
I was
was
thinking.
like, no, I'd have no idea what Guns N' Roses is. She was like, well, there's this video for Welcome to the Jungle. It's a good song. You'll like it. You're into Poison and all that stuff. You'll like these guys, so keep an eye out.
My first CD was Guns N' Roses.
She walks out the door, and I think like Phil Collins or whatever pop thing from the 80s was on at that time. And boom, 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 premiere video. And it's fucking Sweet Child of Mine.
Oh, wow.
And my fucking jaw dropped, and I sat and watched that video like, holy shit, this is what I want to do. You know, I'd fucking watching those guys rocking out and hearing that awesome song. From then on, much to the behest of my parents, I was like, guys, that's what I want to do. I want to be in Guns N' Roses.
Oh. After the phone call from my first grade teacher about what I told her I wanted to be, the whole musician thing probably wasn't so bad.
What did you tell her you wanted to be?
A stripper.
Ah!
Yeah.
Okay.
That worked out well for me, right?
Yeah.
No. Yeah, so after hearing that, I guess made this a lot easier.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I could see why your parents would rather have you playing guitar than pulling your wang out on stage for money. Even though it's kind of both one and the same, right? Like
sort of, I guess. Yeah.
Especially if you're Jim Morrison.
Or Lemmy. So Guns N' Roses is what made you want to play.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the band that really, you know, I liked other bands, but that was the band where, like, I need the album, I need the shirts, I need to be, you know, buying the posters and all that kind of stuff. That's the band that really, like, okay, I love music. It's not just something I put on the background and play with my He-Man figures anymore. This is like, I really love music.
For me, it was Metallica. Like, Kurt Hammett made me want to play, but more so that movie, The Crossroads. And not the one with Britney Spears. I hear that shit all. No, not that one.
I've jerked off to that movie a lot.
At the end, not that one. At the end of the movie, there's this big battle of Ralph Macchio and Steve Vai. And I always... Steve Vai sold his soul to the devil to get that good on guitar. And that was who I wanted to play guitar like.
Awesome
you know, back then, the classical thing... Now it appeals to me. Then it was Steve Vai. That was awesome. Look what he's doing. You know, he sold his soul to the devil. He's flashy. He's doing all sorts of crazy stuff. And that's what I wanted to do.
Awesome.
And that was pretty much how I got into it, I guess. That was the 80s somewhere. I don't remember exactly what year that movie came out, but...
Yeah, probably mid-80s. Probably not long after Karate Kid.
I still have it on VHS.
Nice.
It's still an awesome movie. If you haven't watched it, just look up the guitar duel at the end of that, and...
It's ridiculous.
It's awesome.
It's totally ridiculous.
Even though Steve Vai probably played all the parts to it.
I've heard that he did, like, because when Ralph Macchio's playing, you really only see his hands.
Yeah, but I think there was somebody else that did some of the other clean guitar parts in it, but I don't really know exactly. I know when I met Steve Vai, he was saying that he did a lot of it, but I think there was somebody else too. And I don't really remember. I don't think he was ever, like, a big name. It might have been the blues parts that he was doing, the other guy was doing. I'm not quite sure, because there was a lot of slide guitar in that movie.
Yeah, that's true.
Which didn't really do anything for me either. But the movie in general was a good movie. And there really hasn't been one like that since. I don't know why.
That's true.
You know, and especially now, guitars, you know, 90s kind of dipped down, but it's gone back. You know, everybody's learning how to do guitar solos nowadays, which is cool.
Hollywood's going to rip off your idea and remake Crossroads.
Those sons of bitches. As long as I get to play the guy that sold his soul to the devil, I'll be fine with it.
You hear that, Hollywood?
Hear it? Me. Or I get to be the devil. Either way, I'm okay. Steve Vai would still make an awesome guy just at the end of the movie.
Speaking of being kids, did you ever get picked on for being a metalhead, being a kid?
No. Oddly enough,
interesting.
I don't know exactly whether it was because people were nervous about it, maybe, or if because they went to school with me since I was in elementary school, and I mean, I wasn't really a dick to anybody, so maybe they just didn't care, you know? So, I mean, my experience is probably not, from what I hear, it's probably not similar to most others, but...
Right.
No, I didn't. What about you?
I did. I got picked on a lot, especially, I mean, in high school too, but especially in elementary school, because I was literally the only person, and I went to Catholic school, so you could just imagine everybody were dicks anyway.
I had like 2 other metalheads with me.
Not only from the other kids, but even from the teachers, like the teachers were telling me I was going to go to hell for the music I was listening to, and that I was listening to the devil's music, which of course made me just want to listen to it more.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got picked on pretty steadily until I left high school. But at least in high school, I knew 2 other guys, or I met 2 other guys that were metalheads. So I had a bond there, and then there was the goth chicks you hung out with.
Yeah, there's always they were there too.
You kind of just wanted to bang them, you know. It wasn't really about their personalities, and they also, you know, they started listening to like Manson and that kind of stuff. So it was like okay, but
yeah, you could deal with them.
I really just kind of want to put it in you more than I want to hang out with you and hear your opinion on music, you know. But
yeah, talk about 9 Inch Nails.
No, I hate 9 Inch Nails. Always did.
Yeah, they were all right to me, but.
But yeah, I mean, even in high school, I would get shit, but not quite as much as I did when I was a little kid.
I think when I was a little kid, more people, at least in my elementary school, a lot of the people were listening to Def Leppard and Queensryche and, you know, most like Motley Crue. I guess the more popular ones.
Right.
So, I don't know why it was different where I went to school, but.
Maybe it's because I went to Catholic school.
Maybe.
Probably had a lot to do with it.
But that might have to do with... I mean, a lot of those people probably grew out of it, and I didn't. I mean, I got some shit for, like, wearing tight pants when I was in high school, but it was never, like... It was never bad. It was like, why do you wear pants that tight? I don't know. I just like them.
Because it feels good.
It feels good. So, other than that, no, I really didn't get any shit.
So you like the pressure more than the actual motion?
Well, when you get a rod, especially when you're in school, and you know they have all the awkward things about, oh, you got to come up to the well, when you have tight pants, it just goes down your leg. You're not pitching a tent, so nobody really notices it, or they think you have a huge rod because it's going down your pant leg.
I used to have to walk with my trapper keeper.
Trapper keeper.
It's more like an erection keeper. I had to walk around in front of my pants.
To cover your hog.
I had a 5th grade teacher who was so hot.
Oh boy.
And I mean huge fucking, oh god, she was great. And our 6th grade teacher was hot too.
I don't know. I had mostly male teachers in 5th and 6th grade, I think.
Yeah. I mean, I had some guy teachers too. I mean, those were the only 2 teachers I ever had where I was like, god damn, my teacher's hot.
Well, it's mostly high school but you would get, you know, in high school you get random boners. It just happens.
Oh yeah.
You don't know why. You're not even thinking about anything. It just happens.
Still happens sometimes.
Yeah.
If we're lucky.
It does. Or I mean, I'm a little older now. Just a little bit. But yeah, it still happens. That's why I still wear tight pants. Nobody knows. At least I think, until I point it out. Look at that.
Look at this. It's all you. It's all you. So, yeah, I'm looking over here because we have notes on the board.
Yeah, we got to keep ourselves in order here.
What we're okay. As far as music goes, Mario and I have a lot of experience in the local scene.
Yep. And we live in New York, for any of you who are wondering.
Right. We're from Westchester.
Not the city. We live in... There's a lake right over there, and, you know, there's no buildings. It's houses and sticks. Everybody thinks New York is a city, but most of it isn't.
Well, we're closer to the city.
We are closer, but, you know, an hour. But, yeah, most of New York isn't a city.
So, yeah, basically, we're both musicians. We're currently in a power metal band together called Reaper.
Oh, yeah.
Mario also has a death metal band that he's in currently called Demonic Rain.
Yeah. I think I have a beer koozie.
Nice.
And, of course, it's backwards.
We can know.
See, it's Kermuckadick. I don't know.
We'll put up the links later to
we'll
both of our bands. And Mario has also been in Assault and Deathshire.
Yeah.
And I have been in Left in Ruins and In Restraints.
Yeah, I was also like a substitute for Sub-Zero. They never used me, but they did ask me if I would fill in for them. That never happened, but it was, I guess, just a just-in-case thing. So.
What are some of your favorite shows you've ever played?
Oh, boy. They would probably be at the Chance because we opened for when I was in Assault, we opened for Superjoy and Ritual, and just because it was sold out, just the sheer wall to wall, the balcony was open. It was 1,500 people, something like that, And,
Yeah, I think that's a capacity.
It was awesome.
That was great.
Awesome. Like, there was a pit for us. I mean, we kind of had that a lot anyway, but at the chance when it's packed in and you're, like, for people to mosh, you're going to have to be good. And that was a great show. What about you?
I think I would say one of the two best shows I've ever played was actually there at the Chance. Opening for the Misfits, I want to say it was 2009? Maybe late 2008. I remember it was winter. Because Misfits are always there, like, around Christmas
Halloween
time.
and stuff, yeah.
And, like you said, packed up to the fucking balcony. And, you know, we were the only metal opener on the show.
Yeah, it does seem a little bit odd.
And
like, it probably works, though, right?
No, it definitely worked. Because, I mean, the Misfits, yeah, they're punk, but they've got a lot of metal tendencies.
Plus, I guess because Danzig was in it, he's
right.
kind of got a lot of the people.
And because Metallica have done their covers for years now. But yeah, the bands opening before us, like, we went on right before the Misfits.
Oh, wow. It's a good spot.
And there was 3 bands before us. And they were all, like, I don't want to shit talk them, but they were all, like, pop punk bands, like Green Day, that kind of shit.
So, yeah, which is not the style of Misfits.
Yeah. You know, they were really, like, clean punk.
Not like the horror punk, like...
No.
Yeah.
No. And by the time we went on, everybody was really ready for something to mosh to. And I had never played to a crowd that explosive before. Like, people were literally fucking pounding the shit out of each other from the first note.
Oh, great.
And we saw dudes get fucking pulled. Like, Chuck had to jump off the stage and pull people out bloody and shit. Like, it was fucking awesome.
Speaking of Chuck, did you see his request for us?
Yes, we would love to have Chuck on for
Yeah, when you come to
Metalheads.
New York, we'll be able to do the 2 Metalheads and a black guy.
Totally.
I'm down.
100%. 100%.
But
I
yeah.
fucking miss Chuck, man. It's so much
I
different.
don't think I've really been to the Chance that much since he's been gone.
I've only been there a couple times since, and
It's going to be weird playing there without him.
Yeah, without him sitting on the stage and
I'm
introducing
hoping that
us.
this Queensryche show that we're doing is going to be big.
It's definitely gonna be huge. Yeah, by the way, our band Reaper is playing September 11th at the Chance with Queensryche.
Yeah, we'll link our page in the bottom.
We've got tickets
somewhere
for that.
over here, probably.
Yeah, somewhere in this
not
area.
like there, but you know. So
we'll put the link right here.
So that pretty much brings us to the end, I guess. You know, this channel is, I mean, I guess you get a good idea about what it's going to be about from this, but we'll probably have some other stuff in there we'll talk about. And if anybody has any questions or...
yeah, please leave comments.
Yeah.
If you've got shit you want us to talk about, we'll talk about it.
Like the page. That'll help us out. Yeah, if we like your suggestions, you know, we'll credit you.
Totally.
Probably.
Totally.
No, we will. But, so we're 2 Metalheads, and we'll see you next time.